Hello, buddy. San here, engineer, MBA, and investor. And in today's video, I want to talk about CRISPR Therapeutics' latest earnings report. Of course, this was earnings season, the last 2-3 weeks for tech companies, for genomics companies, and of course for CRISPR companies. And I thought to myself, you know what? For today's beautiful Saturday here, let's make a video on CRISPR Therapeutics. And of course, this was published on the 7th of August. This was a while ago, a couple of days, but you know what, guys? It's better late than never. So let's go straight into it. So CRISPR Therapeutics provides business updates and reports second quarter 2023 financial results. FDA accepts BLA for Hexacel for sickle cell disease and beta thalassemia, priority review for sickle cell disease, and standard review for beta thalassemia. You got PDUFA target action date for December 8th of 2023 for sickle cell disease and March 30th, 2024 for beta thalassemia. We're looking at enrollment of dosement ongoing for CTX110. As a reminder, this is a whole CAR T space. And we're looking at CTX130 as well. And we're looking at another CAR T candidates, CTX112, ongoing and dosing initiated for next generation. So CTX110, I believe, was the first generation, 130 as well. And then this 112 is like the next generation. So they have these things going in parallel with the CAR T space. I don't really think CRISPR Therapeutics is going to do a lot of noise in the CAR T space for many reasons, but I think it's good that they're going about it. I see no harm in having a couple of divisions in the company working on it. I mean, obviously, I would love to have positive results and have something that can potentially go commercial, but I would not keep my hopes up for that particular section of that, that company, this company. So enrollment dosing going on for VCTX211, type 1 diabetes, phase 1, phase 2. So again, as a reminder, this is like their second type 1 diabetes program. They've never published any sort of data. This was like back in 2022, early 2022, when they announced the first patient in Canada was dosed with ViaCyte. This was before ViaCyte got purchased there by, of course, the company that is really, really partnered with Hexacel. So anyhow, continues to advance in vivo program CTX310. This is, of course, for the ANGPL-DL3. Of course, this is the protein there for their in vivo program there. So we'll take a look at that shortly. So let's take a look at some of the numbers. Can we get some of the numbers here? Go straight in the numbers. And of course, the in vivo was all about heart disease, right? They're trying to do something that basically Verve is trying to tackle in this space. Leading cause of death in America is heart disease, so why not just tackle that line of branch? But of course, it's a highly competitive space. Statins, so many other alternatives that are not one-to-one through CRISPR, don't get me wrong, but there are things that are already FDA approved that have been selling like pancakes by doctors, by prescriptions, and so on. So it's a really tough market. But anyhow, we look at the financial of this company. So they are currently sitting at $1.8 billion cash. So a decrease of cash of $25 million was driven by operating expense, upfront $100 million upfront, offset by $100 million upfront by Vertex, in a non-license agreement in 2023. Okay, that's good. That's fine. So, I mean, revenue, we're not even going to focus on that. So R&D expense actually decreased. R&D was reduced by variable external research and manufacturing cost. Interesting. So they're reducing expense. I think this is like across all tech companies, really. We've seen a lot of R&D expense decrease. I think people are laying off. I think there's less investments made. Is it good? Is it bad? I mean, this is the nature of the market we are in. Of course, it's a weird market where, we were told that a market crash / recession would happen, but only one of the two happened. So it was really interesting, right? So it's an interesting time, but of course companies are trying to be conservative here for many reasons, right? So G&A expense also decreased, guys. It also decreased in external professional costs. I mean, this is the story across other companies as well. This is not just a cryptotherapeutics story. This is something that we've seen with tech companies, software companies, decreasing the R&D spends, decreasing their costs as a whole in the last few months / year. So interesting. So anyhow, this is a well-rounded report, but I really think the biggest highlight here is really this one that I'm about to highlight, right? FDA accepted BLA for hexacel and priority review for sickle cell disease and standard review for beta thalassemia. So we look at the target action date, December 8 for sickle cell disease, and of course later for in 2024 for beta thalassemia. So this part here is probably the most important thing. So this is something we've suspected. There has to be a response before December 8. I'm really looking for this. I think the next earnings report that we get, it's gonna be about this. It's gonna be about this. This is gonna be a really interesting time, guys. This is gonna be something a lot of people are looking into. I mean, I've been seeing it on X.com. Can't call it Twitter anymore. I've been seeing it on X.com. Lots of people are looking for this. Lots of people are sort of expecting the FDA to potentially approve sickle cell disease from hexacel's program. We'll take a look at how it goes. I mean, I'm really excited for this, guys. I really am. I think I was having this conversation a few days ago. We've been in this bear market for over 2 years at this point. And people say June 2021 was where some of the CRISPR companies topped. I would argue a lot of them topped earlier in that year. So January, February, genomics companies, CRISPR companies, biotech companies. So it's been like 2.5 years at this point, right? It's been a long time coming, guys. This is it's time, look, guys, as much as we want up times, good times, there are going to be bad times and down times and bear markets. But to have a bear market go for like 2+ years, that's stretching it, in my opinion. I mean, anything is possible. Could go for another year, could go for another 2 years. Who knows? No one can predict these markets. If we could, we'd all be millionaires, billionaires, right? But we're not, because these things are unpredictable. There's so many variables, so many things involved, and that's fair. That's the market. That's what we call the stock market, right? So it's an interesting time for CRISPR Therapeutics, interesting time for the company, and I think it's a very interesting time for us investors, because we're sort of in this zone, point of no return, right? We're all in, we're all invested in somehow, either money or either in time, and it's make or break by the end of this year, right? So hopefully you guys appreciate this quick earnings report. We'll see what happens in the following months, guys, and I'll try to cover the other companies' earnings report, like NTLA, Beam Therapeutics, and so on. I have a lot to say about Beams, actually. But I'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully Sunday, tomorrow. We'll see. Have a beautiful Saturday, guys. As always, subscribe if you're not, like this video if you found value, and let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about this earnings report. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.